Previously on the Japan Diaries.
Do you know kanpai? Japanese cheers. Kanpai. 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 Let's kanpai. 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 Thank you.
Oh, that's pretty.
That's not very nice to yours. We're trying to be nice to you.
Oh, hey! I'm just wanting to show. This is what it looks like when you come to Japan in the summer and you decide to go hiking. It's not pretty.
To the tallest point.
It's not pretty. I made it, but it's not pretty. In August of 2023, we spent 2 weeks exploring Japan. We'd spent the first week of our trip being wowed by the big city glitz of Tokyo before moving west to the more peaceful district of Arashiyama in Kyoto. We acclimated to the heat, navigated Japan's very intense train systems, and honed our chopstick skills. The next leg of our trip will take us back to Tokyo to finish up our every Disney park bucket list at Tokyo Disneyland. We'll chase the elusive Mount Fuji at Hakone and discover more of what the bustling metropolis of Tokyo has to offer before we head home. Come with us to the land of the rising sun and see why Japan is one destination we're sure we'll return to someday. We were pretty sad to be leaving Kyoto, and specifically Arashiyama. It had felt like a bit of a gamble to stay so far outside the main city, but we absolutely loved the peacefulness and the slow pace there.
This is another good chance to see Mount Fuji on the way. Got the right side to the car.
We headed back to the main train station to catch the Shinkansen to Tokyo. We aren't entirely sure that this was Mount Fuji, but it didn't matter much because we couldn't see the top of it anyway. At Maihama Station, we transferred over to the Disney Resort line and entered the Disney bubble. Disney Resort line. So we'll come through here tonight. Shop, eat, hang out a little bit. This is very important to me. I want the right design on my card so I can put it in my frame with all my other passes.
Do you guys want this one too, or do you want a different one? I'll take that one.
I got it! It's perfect for my frame. I love it.
What?
Good.
Welcome to Tokyo Disney Resort. Our next stop is Tokyo Disneyland Station.
This is beautiful. Oh my god, this is actually really nice.
Well, this type of thing should not surprise you so much.
Yeah, but I thought...
We do nice things, you know. Where's the window? Let's see Mount Fuji.
What do you mean? There's Mount Fuji behind those clouds.
Where's Mount Fuji?
Straight ahead. Straight ahead.
Here. No,
This
he's
is like
not
the Tomorrowland room.
We did not have park tickets for our arrival day, but we headed over to spend the night at Ikspiari, the shopping and dining district. We had dinner at Tonkatsu Waco, one of the best meals of the entire trip.
Dude, that's a feast.
We followed that up with a wander through the shops to check out all the 40th anniversary merch. Dream go round. Super cute. And we couldn't resist taking a peek through the park gates before calling it a night. So yeah, Mount Fuji is out there somewhere behind those clouds. But it is cool to be able to say from our hotel room you could see Mount Fuji if it wasn't so frickin' cloudy out. After being shut out of seeing Mount Fuji again, we were really losing hope at this point. We caught the monorail over to Tokyo Disneyland.
We're in.
We're in! Woo woo! As soon as we were through the gates, we began booking priority passes.
All right, we got Beauty and the Beast for $11.25.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Pooh's.
You should all have that in your ticket.
So excited! It's my first ride! First ride.
See you later, folks. Our first ride in Tokyo.
Some things are the same no matter which Disney park you're at. Mickey waffles are one of them.
14 Mickey waffles at one time. You guys found the prime seat. How'd you do that?
We did. There was a group meeting like right
You said
over here.
Some things are unique to each Disney park. At Tokyo Disneyland, one of the most unique attractions is the new Beauty and the Beast ride. There's nothing quite like it in all the rest of the parks. The technology is amazing. And another thing that is unique to Tokyo is the love for all things Baymax. This inflatable robot is the star of Big Hero 6, which takes place in a fictional city partly based on Tokyo. The Japanese have embraced this nod to their homeland and can't get enough of him.
I feel like I need a Baymax souvenir, but I don't even know what this is. You got purses. You got little plushes. I'm getting a Baymax burger. I'm in Tokyo.
I think I would like the chicken burger with the Baymax bun. Can I do that? He's got some gravy sauce on his burger. But, so the intention wasn't to buy burgers and fries here when you're in Tokyo, but this kind of looks like a cool little unique thing for Tokyo Disney.
After lunch, we checked out some Disney classics. Jungle Cruise is well known for the corny jokes told by its skippers. We couldn't understand our skipper on this trip since he spoke in Japanese, but I'm pretty sure there was a quip about the backside of water somewhere along the way.
What did you think, babe?
I loved it.
I think Jungle Cruise in Japanese is my new favorite ride.
Should tell you once, Captain Jack Sparrow, you'll never find the treasure without a look at this here.
Tokyo Disneyland still uses Song of the South theming for its Splash Mountain attraction, the last park in the world to do so. In fact, it's the only operational Splash Mountain in the world right now, since the others are all closed for the duration of their re-theming.
So we still have more than an hour to go before the parade, but people are already well underway taking their spots, even if those spots are right out in the middle of a walkway, which is kind of funny. They've got markings on the ground though, so you can tell exactly where the parade's going to go. Just sitting in the middle of it all, not worrying.
You know you're getting old when the rides you used to have to bribe your kids to go on are now the rides that they beg you to come on with them. And if you didn't have such terrible motion sickness now, you might be a much more willing rider. I just can't handle riding this like I used to.
So the crazy thing is you got these things but you don't have chopsticks to eat them with. It feels like you should be eating them with chopsticks, doesn't it?
It does.
The green alien mochi are also unique to Tokyo Disney, and they are pretty tasty.
Right, I need an assortment of TDR Explorer shirts, and there's one. Although I don't really want It is a TDR Explorer style.
He doesn't have that, he should.
He definitely does. He's got to have that in his closet. This one's growing on me.
That one's different than the one.
I don't like that one as much as that one. But
For you or for me?
for just like a shirt, I don't know. So this is grand opening,
Okay.
and then 10-year anniversary,
10 years.
and 20-year anniversary, and then 30-year, yeah.
But they don't have the 40 here. Popcorn! I get just like regular popcorn. Yeah, well they've got
There are popcorn carts all over every Disney park, but we'd never seen popcorn like this before. I loved it. As the sun went down, we had to get strategic about how we were going to spend the last few hours of our day. We decided to forgo the parade in favor of one of Tokyo's signature attractions, a decision that ultimately backfired on us. The line was shut down well before the park closed, contrary to how it's done in the US, where you can jump in line up until park close, and we were the very first guests to be turned away. This was disappointing, but the funny thing is that watching the Baymax Happy Ride is even more amusing than I think riding the ride would be. There are 6 different soundtracks played during the ride's operation, and the audience participates in a fully choreographed dance to each one. It's quirky and delightful, just what you would expect to see in Japan. So it was still a great way to end our night. We crashed hard that night, but we're back at it bright and early the next morning for our day at Tokyo Disney Sea. And with our visit to this park, we completed the challenge we set for ourselves years earlier to visit every Disney park in the world. Tokyo Disney Sea's centerpiece is a fire-breathing volcano named Mount Prometheus. It's surrounded by 7 ports of call, all incorporating a nautical theme. There's Mediterranean Harbor, American Waterfront, Lost River Delta, Port Discovery, Mermaid Lagoon, Arabian Coast, and Mysterious Island, the latter of which contains a lot of Jules Verne influence and a steampunk vibe. This is where we chose to start our day at 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Going down the spinner.
From 20,000 Leagues, we headed straight to Journey to the Center of the Earth. Most of Tokyo Disney Sea's attractions are unique to this park, and we focused on doing as many new-to-us attractions as possible. This one was among our favorites.
Together?
Yes.
The one area of Disney Sea that has some recognizable Disney theming is Mermaid Lagoon, all of which is based on the classic tale The Little Mermaid.
I think it is sea salt ice cream, and there's like a little raspberry fruity center. Oh, I like it.
Yeah, I know what it was going to be like. It's not like an ice cream sandwich, it's like a cone.
It's good.
Stand by 45
Port Discovery is described as a retro-futuristic research station inspired by the world of science fiction novels and films from the early 20th century.
I want the shrimp bun, and it looks like everybody else in the park today also wants the shrimp bun, judging by the size of this line. I think it is.
This place has chicken lines. This one has one thing.
It does only have a chicken one.
Liam was right. No shrimp bun today. Still, there was no shortage of food to be found. We went back to check out the novelty popcorn flavors. We tried the milk chocolate, but the soy sauce and butter flavor is unquestionably better. I have been visiting Disney parks for more than 25 years, and for 25 years I have been avoiding Tower of Terror. In Tokyo, I let myself be talked into giving it a try, and I was quickly reminded of why I spent 25 years avoiding it. Never again. This is the first, and will be the last, post-ride family selfie. One of the most endearing aspects of Tokyo Disneyland is how guests dress, especially at Tokyo Disney Sea. The two major themes are character headwear and matching. The character headwear takes the mouse ears that are common in the US parks one step further. You can buy any Disney character imaginable on a headband to wear at Disney Sea, and the matching elevates the whole look. It's very common to see matching couples and even large friend groups who have all coordinated their outfits down to the last detail. The most popular characters at Disney Sea, by a long shot, are Duffy the Bear and his friends, who never really caught on in the US parks. In fact, Disney Sea is so dedicated to Duffy and crew that there are Duffy photo points set up around the park. Guests bring their plush Duffy characters to the park with them to pose and photograph. It's a phenomenon that is truly unique to Japan. The scenery around the American waterfront was cool, but the attention to detail around Mediterranean Harbor was next level. As recent visitors to Venice, we had a point of comparison fresh in our minds, and we were so impressed.
If I took you home and showed you these videos, you would not know if this is Japan or if this was last summer.
I know.
You wouldn't know that which one is which.
Except for the gondolas seat 25 feet.
Well, that's true. That's a little bit
The gondola years are Japanese.
Yes. It's pretty cool though. Matcha white chocolate. I'm not interested.
Is it green? Is that the one we saw?
Yeah,
Yeah.
green? I'm not interested. Mel, are you interested? No. Matcha? No? I'm okay.
The Nemo and Friends Sea Rider is another motion simulator that made me incredibly sick, though the rest of the family loved it. I opted out of the next ride to try to settle my stomach. I don't think all that spinning in the dark would have done me any good. Our last ride of the day was a flight on Soaring, after which we staked out a spot to watch the nighttime spectacular. It makes use of lots of lights and fireworks, but also uses water as a key element in the show.
funny. There's people waving.
Tokyo Disney Sea is the only Disney property with a hotel inside the theme park. It's fun to see the guests back in their hotel rooms, signaling to those who are still leaving the park.
Your attention, please. Tokyo Disney Sea is now closed for the day. We hope that you have enjoyed your stay and that you will visit us again soon. Good night and happy journey.
The next morning, we sadly said goodbye to Tokyo Disney. We took one last ride on the magical monorail before being snapped back to reality inside a regular train station. We were on our way to complete the Hakone Loop. The trip would consist of a bus ride, followed by a boat, a ropeway, a cable car, and a local train.
And then we're going to take the boat across the lake, and then the cable cars across to the eggs.
That's Fuji right there, or which one's?
Fuji's somewhere over here. It's always in the distance, but we're going to go on this boat.
Nice.
The point of doing this loop is to see the scenery in the area, and most notably Mount Fuji, which lies at the north end of the loop. The first leg of the journey was by bus, and it climbed up 300 meters of elevation to the southern end of Lake Ashi. The elevation change gave us a much-needed break from the heat.
Is it glorious? Did you hear that? Mel says it's glorious.
Like it here?
No, I mean like the temperature.
It is nice.
We spent some time exploring the waterfront, including a stop at the Hakone Shrine.
All right. So here is the line for a picture of the shrine. It's crazy. There's really big steps back there.
Well,
so that's it right
Fuji's
through the window.
back there.
That's it right through the window now too, but you just, isn't it? Just a little bit, the little bit darker blue through the window is it, but just hazy. You can't see the top of it now, you can just see like before you get to the top.
Still our best sighting so far.
But could change all day long.
Good.
We can't stand in the same spot. This is the old highway from Tokyo to Kyoto, and this is like an inspection station.
Huh.
To continue the loop and cross Lake Ashi, you board a pirate ship that circles the lake. It gives some nice views as you cross, and if Mount Fuji had been out, we would have had a great view as we sailed toward it. Alas, that was not the case. Immediately upon leaving the ship, you enter the ropeway station and ascend the Hakone ropeway.
That's probably the best view we've had so far.
It is, yeah. It's like you can actually see the shape of it.
Yeah.
Three sides now.
Just as like the middle is covered.
I never give up now, that's the problem.
The ropeway takes you over some intense volcanic activity. In fact, there was so much activity on the day we visited that the hiking trails on the mountain were closed, which made the non-hiker in our family very happy.
Mel.
That was not for me, that was for you. I'm mad. I wanted to go up
No
and see those
hike
eggs.
up the mountain today, too much volcanic activity. Although now Mal's like, let's get the hell out of here because that doesn't sound good here.
The local specialty here is black eggs that are cooked on the mountainside in volcanic vents. Eating one is said to add 7 years to your lifespan. I hate eggs and I took my chances.
I can use all the help I can get. Inside it's just a regular egg.
Mallory and I were engrossed in conversation and almost lost sight of the fact that we were supposed to be keeping our eye on the mountain. And then this happened.
Here. Oh, Mom! Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Okay. Go on the other side.
So yes, we finally got our long-awaited sighting of Mount Fuji.
Mount Fuji is right there. We've been looking at it for a whole 12 days and we haven't seen it. Lo and behold, we found Fuji. It was a long and strenuous search, but we found Fuji.
We still had to hop on the cable car and then the local train to complete the loop. Before heading back to the Shinkansen, we made a quick stop at the Hakone Open Air Museum. It holds a huge collection of outdoor sculptures and an exhibit of more than 300 of Picasso's works. Now you might be asking yourself how it was possible that we could take a bus and a boat and a ropeway and a cable car and a train and visit a museum all while we were relocating from the Disney resort to downtown Tokyo. And the answer to that is Japan's ubiquitous luggage forwarding service called Takuhaibin. Launched in the 1970s, it's an overnight parcel courier service that is now used by travelers to ship their luggage around the country. This makes it easy to stop off and do some sightseeing on the days when you change hotels. And because you don't have to maneuver your luggage up and down the stairs and escalators inside train stations, or find storage space for it inside the train car, it makes moving around much easier. For us, it was about $20 per bag, and we were able to drop them off with our hotel concierge, who filled out the paperwork for us. The bags then magically showed up the next day at our new hotel. We just needed to carry a day pack with some overnight essentials. Yamato Transport is the service that you'll see around Japan the most, very recognizable with their distinctive cat logo.
It's blessedly cold in here.
This here.
Back in Tokyo, we checked into our last hotel, a gorgeous, tranquil ryokan in the heart of Shinjuku. After settling in, we went out to explore. We ventured into Golden Gai, a network of narrow alleys lined with 2-story tall restaurants and pubs, many of them seating only a handful of patrons. This area gives an idea of what Tokyo used to look like before so much of it was developed with high-rise towers. Today, Golden Gai is known for being a bit of a party scene, which once again has led its residents to post some signage to enforce good behavior.
I say if we go down there, that's the plaza right in front of our hotel. That's our hotel. So I know where we are now.
Yep. Screw, you know where we are?
Of course.
Of course? I don't recognize any of this.
Do you think it's cool?
In the morning, we went to see Harajuku, which is known as the center of Japanese youth culture and fashion, and it felt like we were about 20 years too late. I was really looking forward to seeing this part of Tokyo, but it was the only part of our trip that was a letdown. It didn't feel like a glimpse into youth culture or fashion at all, just a very commercialized district overrun by tourists with no local flavor. Although the animals in the puppy and kitten and hedgehog cafes were adorable.
The white guy? I like the orange guy.
Okay guys, this is the back of
It was a national holiday in Japan that happens every August 11th, called Mountain Day. We spent the afternoon with 45,000 other fans at Tokyo Dome, watching the Yomiuri Giants take on the Yokohama Bay Stars in a game of baseball. We know enough about baseball that we were able to follow the game pretty easily, although the home team wound up losing, which was a bit of a drag. Some aspects of the game, such as the 7th inning stretch, are universal, but other aspects were completely unique to Japan. We have never had ramen from a concession stand before. We had now been in Japan for 2 weeks, and although Japan is light years ahead of North America as far as most technologies go, there is one area where it's not. Our Japan Rail passes were just paper ticket stubs that, having been fed through ticket readers over and over again, were now starting to show their age and fail. For the last several days of our trip, it seemed that every time we tried to get into a train station, one of our tickets would be rejected and we would need to call for assistance. We even had tickets swallowed by the ticket readers, which meant the machines had to be disassembled to retrieve them. So a word of caution if you are running to catch a train in Japan. Don't cut it too close, just in case your first attempt to get through the gate doesn't work.
Hey, good stuff.
It works.
All right, good stuff. Okay, let's go.
All you need is just gas, brake, gas, brake. One at a time. That's it.
For our last night in Tokyo, we had to do something special, and the answer was monkey cart. We rented go-karts to drive on a guided tour of Shibuya just after the sun went down and the neon lights came on in full force. Because this is Japan and quirky is the name of the game, you can wear provided furry animal costumes while you drive the go-kart, though it was much too hot for that while we were there. Still, this was a very fun perspective of the streets of Tokyo and a great way to close out the trip. We took a wander through Omoide Yokocho, another alley full of lowbrow drinking establishments. It's also known as Piss Alley because none of the businesses have toilets available. We were looking for something to eat and finally landed on Japanese curry for our farewell dinner. In the morning, we had just enough time to take an early wander through Yoyogi Park and see Meiji Shrine. Then it was time to pack up our things and head back to Narita Airport for our flight home.
Look at him go. He's like he's learning about photography, social media.